Welcome back to the UK Journeyman Save. In today's episode, we have our first two games of Season 3. We are away to Denbigh Town and then at home to Llandudno. We've got a new side. We didn't get off to a good start in the Cup. We went out on penalties, but overall, I was pleased with the performance. Hopefully, we can be better this season. We do need promotion. We're expected to finish third in the season preview. So, yeah, let's hopefully get this. Am I actually right? Or is this the season preview? No, this is where we are, I think, currently, because of, alphabetical. In terms of where they actually expect us to finish, would be odd. So, yes, we are expected to be the third best team in the league. We don't seem to have anyone in the Dream 11, which is slightly worrying. Llandudno, one of the teams we're playing, are expected to be quite good. I mean, we've got an open and tough game. Denbigh Town and Llandudno. This is going to be a real tester for where we are. But, yeah, let's get into it. First game. So for our first game of the episode, it is Denbigh Town, and this is the team we're going with. We've got Cummins in goal, making his league debut, as is Dorber, Thomas, and Ashman in the back four, along with Foxwell. Sarpong making his league debut alongside Williams. Anderson making his league debut alongside McCoulion, Barker and Ford. On the bench, we've got Jones Price, Wilkes, Strods, Howe, Danny Jones, Baker and Mehigan. A few of these obviously came off the bench in the last game, so we'll see how we go. But we're still waiting for debuts on a number of them. But this is the team we're going with. I'm not entirely certain it's our best 11, but we're going to figure it all out. Brandon Barker's got to improve because he had an opening horror show. He's still learning the system, though. In general, we're still learning the system, and hopefully this is the way to go. We ended the season okay last year with it. We messed around with tactics far too much last year, and we don't want to make the same mistake this season. We're going to stick with the 4-2-3-1 with wing play, see how it goes. And if we're 5-10 games in and it doesn't look like we're going to go for promotion, then we'll make a change. But we definitely want to be finishing in the top two this year. It's criminal that it's taken us this long to get promoted. But looking at the squads and stuff, we don't have the best squad in the league. The season preview has us in third, so we're okay. But we're definitely not by and far away the best team in the league. And that's definitely credit to how much more difficult it is to sign players this year than it has been in previous. In FM24, I'd have a team full of Premiership players by now because you can just offer players daft contracts and they just accept it. They're definitely more strict this go around. But this is a tough opening two games, so we're not going to judge our entire season, our entire tactic and starting lineup based on this game and based on the next game. But it definitely gives us a good idea of whether we're in the mix or not. And so far, it doesn't look like we are. 10 minutes in, we've done very little, and that is an easy ball over the top. And that really should be 1-0 for Denbigh. I'm not sure who that is on the right-hand side or the left-hand side. It might be Ashman. He was a little bit suspect in the cup game as well, so he could be one we look to replace with Wilkes on the bench and see how he fares instead. But like I say, we won't judge it too early, but we do need to start creating more as well. We didn't create a whole lot of good chances in the cup game as well, so that does concern me slightly. Obviously, Ford and McCoulion both on the chopping block for being replaced, but obviously goals scored wasn't really our issue last year. It was very much goals conceded, and that's been the case for pretty much every season. McCoulion, though, heard what I said, and he almost staked his claim for his spot. He's been very good the last two seasons, so it's his spot to lose. But he does really well there to take it round, but unfortunately the finish just couldn't be applied from McCoulion. Whipped in from the corner, and it is a poor corner. Anderson, who got a lot to prove as well to replace Danny Jones, swings one into the back stick, but unfortunately Foxwell can't get there, but he can pick up on the ball from Ashman. Foxwell and Ashman linking back up, Williams and Foxwell. It's all happening. They're all playing little passes, but nothing's really happening. Played back to Thomas, who just lumps it forward to Anderson. It's actually a very good ball, and Anderson doesn't do very well with it, but we've actually won a corner out of it. And I think it's definitely an area I'm concerned about is the wingers. We definitely need some better wingers in the club. I think Barker really just isn't cutting it, and perhaps it's a sign that we move away from a winger system. I mean, we've got lots of good attacking midfielders. Maybe we play two strikers, two attacking midfielders, a 4-2-2 kind of thing, and very narrow with Strod and the two strikers. Howe and Ford could definitely cook. Now we've actually got two strikers. It's actually plausible we go with a two striker system. That must have been offside. He must have been offside. He is offside. I got very concerned there, thinking he wasn't going to be offside, but he was offside. how many times do you want to say offside within a 10-second period? But it does remain 0-0 against Denbigh Town. It looks like we're the better side, but I'm not seeing too much of it in the actual game. It's mostly just on the stats, and it's really, I guess it's not too far off being even, let's be honest. And we are going to go into the first half 0-0, which is not bad because at least we're level, but we definitely can take it up a gear. Let's see, what can we do in terms of, okay, you're on a yellow and you're not playing well, so Danny Jones is going to come on. I think we'll leave it there for now at least and see how we go. Dorber on the ball, finds Ashman, the big centre-half, just stops the ball dead, apparently. Didn't really look like he was going to do anything with it. But yeah, these wingers are not looking great. And for me, it's definitely looking like a place where we could do with improving or changing the system around to maybe not have wingers, because at the minute, when I go on the tactics, it actually doesn't recommend wing play anymore. It recommends either direct counter-attack or park the bus, which just shows you how far off we must be. I was going to make a change, but there is going to be a substitution. Oh, sorry, there is going to be a highlight. I was going to make a substitution, but Denbigh Town are coming forward. It's a decent effort, but thankfully Cummins sees it over. I'm going to bring the new boy on. Strods is going to come on for his debut. McCoolion's looking a bit tired, not playing too well. We're also going to bring on... Where's my other sub? Did I not put Howe on the bench? What's going on here? What? Where's Howe? Oh, there he is. He's right at the top. Why is this in such a weird order? Anyway, Howe's going to come on for Ford. And we'll see how those two attacking changes can work. Hopefully Strods and Howe can cook something up. But yeah, we're definitely not locked into this 11. We're definitely not locked into this tactic because it wasn't really working last year. But we'll see how we get on. Danny Jones picks up a loose ball. For some reason deciding to cut back in when there was nothing in front of him. Very odd option, but he's still going, is Danny Jones. Can he find a man in the middle? He doesn't. He finds Dauber, but Dauber can find Sarpong, who can find Danny Jones in a little bit more space. Can the boys get forward? They can. Strods is there, and Marcus Strods gets a debut goal. It's BRICKFIELD 1, Denbigh Town 0, and that signifies a change. Strods in, McCoolion out, Jones in, Anderson out. We're going to do that. I think Howe deserves a start as well because Ford has not been great in the first two games. And we unfortunately could be moving away from the McCoolion-Ford partnership. It's worked very well for us, but it's just as the other sides. And what I think I've noticed is actually in the game, in the save, other teams are actually improving in terms of their signings. AI signings are definitely better this year. We're going to bring Baker on. He can come on for his debut on the up front, and we'll swap him and... Well, we'll eventually swap him and Howe the other way around. But another bug. Yeah, Howe, you come on to the left-hand side. Why can I not swap you two round? This game, man, honestly. There's definitely a lot of issues with this game. We'll bring Foxwell off as well for Mehigan. Wilkes can come on as well for Dauber because he's really tired. Actually, no, he can't because we were all out of subs. Okay, fine. We'll leave it there. So Mehigan comes on, and I guess Baker will just sit on the left-hand side for the game. This is very annoying. Denbigh Town with a corner, whip it in, and we don't want to concede now. We want to keep this clean sheet. We've not been lethal in front of goal. He's got to be offside. It's a great save from Cummins anyway, but he was offside. And that just shows you Cummins, I had the right idea bringing him on, I think. Can we move Howe over? Why? Let me move him. Let me move him. Oh, it's just rubbish. It's rubbish. Baker will just play on the left. It's fine for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, if you want to bring a player on, bring them on in their right position because clearly it's just not up to it. Whatever. Thankfully, we do walk out 1-0 winners, and that does mean we get off to a winning start, which is a lot better than we've done in previous seasons. Yeah, let's just say the boys did well. That definitely means, though, Strods is going to come in because he's done well, as did Jones. He's going to come in, and we reward good performances here. So that'll do it for the first game, and we'll come back for the second game against Llandudno, who haven't played yet, so we don't know how good they are. So for our second game of the episode, we are playing Llandudno. One new signing in the door. Luca Jackson joins us from Connors Quay on a season-long loan till the end of the season. Yeah, obviously that's how a season-long loan works. He's a 3.5-star current ability player, 5-star potential, 20-year-old English right-back. Played no game so far, so he is going to be making his professional debut. And the team pretty much remains the same. after we made the subs, that is. Cummins in goal, back four of Jackson making his debut, Thomas, Ashman and Foxwell. Sarpong and Williams in midfield, Danny Jones on the right, Strods, the goal scorer, in the middle, Barker on the left and Declan Howe up top. We'll see how these lot get on. Obviously, we've made quite a few changes there. Llandudno are expected to finish top of the league. They did actually lose their opening game though, so maybe they're not infallible after all. We get off to a winning start in the league. If we can make it 2 for 2, I'll start to feel a lot better about our chances of promotion. I'm still very hesitant to think of what we can do. So we'll see how we get on today. Obviously, a few changes in the attack, but the midfield and defence, bar the right back, very much the same. So we'll see how we get on today. Obviously, the right back still needs to get up to fitness, so hopefully it will take him a couple games probably to see his best. And obviously, with different players coming in, their roles have changed slightly to fit who's the best, what their best role is, etc. But hopefully it works out, and hopefully we can make it 2 wins in 2. I would take a draw, to be honest with you, because these are expected to win the league. So a draw and a win just to get us off the marker for the season would definitely sit okay with me. Long ball over the top. Ashman clears it. Well won by Ashman. Danny Jones there plays in Brandon Barker, who finds Charlie Williams out to Thomas, another one of our big centre-backs, and that's a honking move from Thomas. What is he playing out there? And that's really bad, but thankfully Cummins has came out and made himself big. That's really poor from Thomas, and we've got some centre-backs at the club now, so he definitely can't be doing too many more of them, or he's going to be getting replaced. But thankfully, we kept a clean sheet on the opening day, so it does make me think that they're a decent back line. It's just a poor bit of play from Thomas on the ball, but hopefully not going to be something we see too much of. Luca Jackson there just launching it up to Howe, but to be fair, he's found him really well, and Howe's found Barker really well. If Brandon Barker can do something here, he tries to whip it in, falls to Jones, who knocks it back, and that is a brilliant move there. Declan Howe gets his first league goal for the club. Danny Jones with 2 assists in 2, and that was brilliant from Barker, to be fair. Brilliant from everyone. Luca Jackson, great switch up to Howe. Howe does really well to take it down. And I think that just shows you Howe is a better technical striker than Ford. He might not be as good of a finisher as Ford, and to be fair, I don't think Ford is an unbelievable finisher anyway, but there's definitely something there, and Howe's there, and Declan Howe is 2 goals in on his debut. It's 2-0 BRICKFIELD. Have we finally found the team that works for us? Have we finally found a team good enough for promotion? We won't get ahead of ourselves just yet, but maybe this is what we needed all along. A really good goalkeeper in Cummins to make big saves when we needed it. And just some better defenders. I mean, we've got 2 better centre-backs in now. We've got a better midfielder. And now we've got an attack that looks a little bit more mobile. I think that's the main thing, really, is we've added more pace. And I'm not talking going to 15 rate attribute pace here. We're talking going from 6 for Ford to 10 for Howe, and Strods is like a 14, so he's definitely quite a bit quicker. Ashman, big header there, gets it cleared, hits the bar, do Llandudno, but we just about get it clear, and Kruma plays it back to Butler, and that's the right back there, and that's kind of where I like Dowby, because he's a big boy, but he's just not mobile. He's definitely been the weak link out of that back line so far. But the new centre-backs are looking a lot better. Barker, obviously, will hopefully come good once he learns the tactic and his position a bit better, gets up to full fitness, all that stuff. I think we just need... he maybe just needs a club to put a bit of faith in him, to actually stick with him in the 11, because he's been in and out so much. But a bit of poor play from us, but thankfully Cummins is easily there to grab hold of it. And I tell you what, Cummins looks like a generational goalkeeper to come through the academy. Really looked out on getting him, because some of his attributes are very, very good. He's only a young goalkeeper still. So if he can improve on this, and he should do with all this game time, I mean, we've got a real good keeper on our hands. The problem is I didn't tie him down long enough. I should have had the foresight to tie him down on a long contract. But that's a lovely turn from Barker. Can he apply the finish? He doesn't need to. Marcus Strods finishes it off. It's 3-0 against a side meant to win the league. Have we finally found a system and a team that works for us? This is brilliant stuff. Strods is 2-2 now. Ford and McCoolion, unfortunately for them, people of the past. 2 for Declan Howe. That's a brilliant start, and we need to just see it out now. Do not let complacency ruin this good start. Foxwell on the ball, plays it to Ashman. Ashman over to Thomas. Thomas darting forward from centre half, but nothing came of it as the highlight ended. But yes, this is exactly what we wanted. 2 wins from our opening games. And we did do this last season though, so don't be fooled. We made this mistake last season. We What was I going to say? Yeah, we made this mistake last season. We started well, then we started to drop off a little bit, and I think that's when we changed it because we thought we could get even better. In actuality, we got even worse. So it's definitely not an ideal scenario. But yes, 2 wins from 2. But don't forget, we also won 6-0 against Newtown in around this time last season. So I think other teams probably don't do as good of a pre-season as we do, and probably take a little bit longer. That's some poor tackling from us. We should be winning the ball back in these areas. Let's be honest, the ball was there to be won there, and we haven't done it, and we've allowed them to come in. I'm not sure what happened there. I think Howe won the ball back, and he's just seen red, and I think he's literally going to see red. That's very daft from their attacker there. It's 3-0 now, down to 10 men. This should be job done for us, so we are going to make some changes. We'll bring Anderson on, as well as we'll bring McCooley on at DM, because maybe that's something he could do, is play a little bit further down. Foxwell will come on at left back. We'll also bring Wilkes on at centre half, and we'll leave Howe on just to get his fitness up even further. Let's bring Sherry on as well for Ashman. Why not? We've got the chance to make some changes now. These are down to 10 men. This should be us good. 3-0 win. And not the greatest start from the new right back, but I think there's potential there. I think he's obviously just playing not great because he had no fitness whatsoever. First game in the men's game. I'm sure he's going to come good. But yes, the rest of the boys all look really good, and the attack definitely looks good, and the defense and the goalkeeper definitely looks improved. I think that's one thing I'm very happy with, and I think we finally actually got some squad depth now. We've used up the loans a lot more than what we've used in previous seasons, and I think that was maybe an issue. That's a poor ball. I'm not sure who that was that played that Sarpong. I know Anderson's quick, but he's not that quick. That was a poor ball to whoever that was. But yes, I think Strods looks a very good sign. I think Howe's going to be a big player for us as well up top. And I think we may have found an attack and a system that works. But yes, we'll stick with it. Even if we get some poor results, I think this is the way to go. In both games, we've been the better side. And to be honest, in the cup game, we were the better side. We just went out on penalties. But that's 2 wins from 2. You couldn't have asked for anything more. And as it stands, we're top of the league, which is very, very good. Brilliant stuff. Well done to the boys. Big praise needed there. And yes, really happy with that. It's exactly what we needed. So that'll do it for the episode. Where do we come back then? Because I don't know who's going to be good and who's not going to be good. So we've got some Welsh Cup against some, nobodies. We won't come back for that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 6, 7. And then we come back for Newtown. They're usually a good side. So we'll play about 7 games. We'll come back for Newtown and Ammanford as well, whoever they are, newly relegated or promoted side. So we'll come back for Newtown because they're usually a good side, and we'll see how we get on there. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.